So here is a quick update about everything that happened this week, from Sunday to today.
A young Cameroonian, Perez Indi, has been arrested in the USA for preaching the gospel of God on a Sunday morning in the streets of America.
Some Galamsey operators have now moved from the forest into residential areas, as a new video shows some of them busily digging and washing for gold inside the room of a house. Stonebwoy warms hearts with a show of love and generosity as he counted 2,000 Ghana cedis in cash on the spot for a blind person from the Volta region who met him for the first time and requested for a phone. Legendary Ghanaian rapper Reggie Rockstone won the MMA fight against William Adom by a submission in a thrilling bout. The New Patriotic Party has postponed the thank you tour to join the Save the Judiciary demonstration. The police arrested the Stasia Techiman for heavily loading the car. President John Mahama announces the introduction of National Thanksgiving Day on 1st July at the Perez Chapel International. Students of Presbyterian boys were seen on their knees in intense prayer during the finals of the Sharks quiz as the competition against St. Augustine College reached a critical point. But unfortunately for them, St. Augustine's College emerged victorious with 100 points, whilst Presec ended the contest with 80 points. A man in South Africa dies after masturbating 62 times straight in a single day. President John Mahama says government appointees who failed to declare their assets by 31st March will have their 3-month salaries donated to Mahama Cares. The Education Minister Honorable Haruna Idrusu has announced plans for the reversal of the name change of some public educational institutions that were renamed during the tenure of the Akufo-Addo-led administration. Treatment for Susie Adwoa-Penaman, the SHS student who was a victim of the shooting incident at the SDS Senior High School, has begun, which is being sponsored by a Ghanaian businessman, Ibrahim Mahama.
A young blind Ghanaian man displays a remarkable talent and skills by setting up his own studio using 2 old cell phones and a damaged microphone, as he demonstrates how he operates his device and presents just like a professional radio journalist. The city continues to appreciate against the US dollars, British pound and euro, according to the Bank of Ghana's exchange rates. Some residents rushed to the scenes with their pans to collect fuel, leaking heavily from underneath the fuel tanker. The Malarian government, in a joint security with the US, has arrested 7 suspected drug lords with links to a Mexican cartel. Tanzania has banned the use of US dollars and other foreign currencies for local transactions. Protesters hit the streets to protest the controversial suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo. A 17-year-old apprentice has allegedly impregnated 10 girls in just 5 months, including his master's daughter and a sales girl in Anambra State in Nigeria. A police officer allegedly bites off the ear of his senior colleague during an altercation at Winneba Magazine Barrier in the Central Region. President John Mahama says the Volta River Authority CEO and its deputies must resign or be sacked if the Akosombo spillage ever happens again. The House of Oaks goalkeeper Benjamin Asari has received a car gift from Alhaji Seidu Agongo, the CEO of Class Media Group. Dancehall artist Shatta Wale has endorsed King Promise as his Artist of the Year. Togo's President Faure Gnassingbe is set to rule for life. He has been appointed as the President of the Council of Ministers, which has no term limit, and the country has moved from presidential to a parliamentary system. A man from South Africa has been arrested for selling his own KFC at home, and there is rumors that his KFC was so good that he was getting more orders than the official KFC. This man was buried in a BMW by his son. A Nigerian man locked up his wife inside a dark room for 2 years without food and water after DNA proved that he is not the father of all their 3 children. Nigeria has been removed from the list of countries indebted to IMF. Bill Gates says the world's poorest people, including Africans, will receive a sum of $200 billion via his foundation as he pledged to give away almost his entire personal property in the next 2 decades. Black Sherif has been nominated in the Best International Art category for the 2025 BET Awards. Robert Prevost from the United States of America has been elected as the new pope. The United States of America government has donated 14 armored vehicles to Ghana Armed Forces to strengthen the security along the country's northern borders, enhancing the military ability to protect citizens, their properties and national interests. A fake soldier impersonating the Kenya Defense Force major was recently arrested in Kenya. The suspect has been parading himself as a high-ranking military officer, gaining favors from civilians. There is a ban placed on drumming and noise making in Accra to take effect from Monday, May 12 to June 12 ahead of the Homo Festival. Some Arsenal fans were recently arrested in Uganda for allegedly causing a disturbance in the streets by crying out loudly after they lost to PSG. Telecel Ghana Music Awards is happening tonight. A Nigerian police officer has been demoted from the rank of sergeant to a corporal after a viral video that surfaced online showing him assaulting a civilian. Veteran actor Kofori has been arrested for alleged $50,000 fraud. North Korean President Kim Jong-un has promised to support Ibrahim Traore with every military support if any foreign country decides to invade Burkina Faso. Mali's military president Assimi Goïta has sent 11 ministers to jail over 80 billion CFA franc corruption scandal. The African Union has opened Africa's first space agency in Cairo, Egypt, starting a new chapter in space plans for the continent. The Minister for Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, promises to collaborate with the president and Ghana police to make sure that every single person behind police death is punished.